Okay, let's just see about this cult, right? Let's just find out about this cult, universe. So this is about a cult. So if you're a part of one, right? Or if you stumble upon one, whatever it is, maybe this is your storyline. Maybe God gonna let you push you the other direction. Follow me? Or if you're in one. Okay? Let's just flow. Let's just see universe 4. For me, I feel like when I think of the word cult, to me it's like somebody who can control you, guide you, have you following a set of rules, guide you, lead you, brainwash you, all kind of things like that. Most of the time it's for the bad, because some might say it's for the good, but really it's for the bad. Because anytime somebody want to brainwash you, change your way of thinking to make it go like they want it to go, is for the bad. Because really, it should be where you thinking and be able to keep your own mind and go forward, not where somebody try to get you to go a whole nother direction that's not really good for you. Or all cults it's not the same, I guess, but you got some that's drain a person's money, take all the money they have. They sign all their money over to these people. They have them wearing certain kind of clothes and all kind of things be going on. They have them not seeing their family anymore. They go off far out somewhere in a deserted land. They tell them what they can eat, what they can't eat, all kind of nonsense. And people are just brainwashed to just follow. Because back then with that man with Jim Jones, back then with Guyana, that stuff back then, you remember James Jones, or Jim Jones, or whatever back then, with him having the cult he had that time when people was following, he was attacking their kids and all kind of nonsense this man was doing back then, and they act like they didn't have a brain in their head. They act like they didn't have the brain that God gave them. They just followed that man blindly to their deaths, majority of them. So don't be led, and don't be so naive that you can't tell what you are part of, or don't allow people to kind of push you into something where you don't be allowed to use your own brain and have common sense. Because we got a lot of people that's weak out here, naive, vulnerable, and people like that prey on people like you. So if you watching me and you one of them, don't go that direction. So this is a storyline. Is it a cult that you're a part of? That's what the name of this is. Follow me? So let's just flow. Universe, is it a cult? Or is it not a cult? And what all goes with it? Put it on this table. Okay, so it will be abuse cards, because it's abuse. You allowing somebody to abuse you. Or it's healing of the soul. Somebody hurt you to the core, or someone murder you. Because it can lead to murder. Get what it's saying? Because most of the time with cults, things like that, people want to get out of it. And when they want to get out of it, some of them get murdered. And that's a fact. Look at enough TV movies, look at enough stuff to see that that's actually true. When one want to pull out or get out, somebody talk to them and try to get them not to do it, but they want to run away or get away. And what they do? Somebody murdered a person so they won't go away and tell what's going on there, because that's the bottom line. They feel like they stepping out of, right? Because a person is gaining their common sense back, in which you shouldn't let somebody guide you anyway and take your common sense away. So let's just say 7 jumping out, 3, 2, but let's see, it might have to be 2. Okay, let's flow. I see innocence right here. Let's see for a minute what God's saying. Oh no, that's not innocent. Oh yeah, it is innocent. Look what God's saying right here. No more innocence. It's time for you to take charge. Don't allow people to control and dominate your mind. Be competitive and able for you to gain. Look what God's saying. Because here we got a label or a logo, and that would be the name of that cult that you connected with. Because it says right here that what? You got exercise to be you need to exercise whoever you are. Let's just flow. Let's see, universe. 8 jumping out. Okay. Are you a part of a cult? Is it a cult? Is it? Okay, let's go. Number 8 and number 7. Somebody going to jail though. You or somebody in this cult you're dealing with. A warrant coming. Let's just flow. Look at this. Because you're dealing with demons. Look, you need to confront your demons. And your demons are all of the people you hooked to at that place. Or your own demons that made it where you got hooked to these people in the first place. Get what God telling you. Be calm in yourself to conquer this thing because it made you bruised inside. Get what God telling you. Okay, here we had the bottom card. The best option for you is what? To wear the shield of honor and the helmet of strong. Because God said, here you want to go home. So you someone who actually in a cult. Right? You want to go home. You hooked to these people, but you want to go home. Right? Follow me? God says, if you needed help, you need to reach out. Because look at God. God know you. You said okay to something and just went on with it. You went with these people. Right? But you needed to learn to pick your battles because that wasn't a battle. That wasn't something you should have got in. Maybe you catering to these people right now in the summer. Letting go is hard. The loss of a loved one. Maybe some kind of way one of the people, one of your family members died or gonna die. Anything like that. Right? Letting go is hard. Or maybe one of the people among this cult is gonna die because maybe they're trying to run away or however it's flowing. Right? Follow me? Because somebody going to the hospital. Follow me? Because life is like a movie. Maybe because somebody was trying to get out, get away. Follow me? Anything like that. Because you're allowed to neglect yourself by these people, this cult, right? But you need to have a wise mind. God's saying don't go in fast like a sailor. Let's flow. You got an infection. You going to the hospital for an infection. Sexual or COVID, anything like that. Or you taking drugs. Or you transporting drugs. Take it however you want to take it. But God said you need to be the God in you. Right? Because whoever you are, you need to take the reins and run with it and be the God in you. Because it's saying about money right here. You're just going to accept any money given to you. Or these people was going to accept any money given to them because we dealing with a cult. Right? Because you're saying you're not guilty. That you're innocent. You might be a part of a cult, a place that don't want you to go home to see your loved ones. If they die, they got you all stuck to this place and they telling you can't leave. And you crazy enough to be sitting there not going to see your mother. If your mother died or a family member died, and they saying you can't go and you sitting there like following behind these people. Because people, when you get brainwashed, you are messed up. And you need to get your mind back right. You're going to allow somebody not to go see the woman who brought you here and put you on this map. Let's just play. Universe, you know all about it. Is this a cult? And who is this dealing with this cult? Universe, you know all about it. See it with full eyes. You need to see it with full eyes that this is a cult. It might go all together or I can separate it. Let's just flow. Let's see how it might go. I might can separate it, but I don't know. If it go together, it's going to sound like it go together. I don't know. If it go together, take it together. I'm gonna see maybe let's see something. That's a symbol. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa, that's too many. So let me just take it like this for right now, because that's a lot of cards. Let's just flow. It might be two. We got somebody going to the hospital, right? Because you need to go to the hospital for whatever reasons. Because you was harmed, because you wanted to leave the cult, or just because you need to go for yourself for infection, some kind of way. Romantic infection or COVID, or any kind of infection. Take it however it goes. Loss of a loved one. You lost a loved one because of somebody died who tried to leave the cult any kind of way. They died. Follow me? So we got the loss of a loved one, and it's hard, right? Or you lost a loved one, period. Whoever your loved one is. Take it however it flows, right? So we have right here that we have right here abuse showed that it was fake love, because if the person harmed the person because the person want to leave the cult, that's abuse. Get what it's saying? That's considered abuse. I give up on this fake love. So we had somebody who might try to leave the cult or attempted to leave the cult and they was killed or anything like that. Or somebody is giving up on fake love because some kind of way they with somebody and they got some kind of romantic infection from this person or something like that. Let's see for a minute. Yeah, anything like that. Getting some literature. You're dealing with a resource. That could be the hospital or drug treatment place or funeral home, or the resource would be this cult, this place you hooked onto. God says the healthcare industry is your path. Working with seniors, a healing path is your path, whoever you are. So we have right here, you had to see it with full eyes because you wasn't using your eyes full, right? Somebody is saying to you, you can't disrespect me though. They feel like you disrespecting him or her because you didn't caught on to it. That is a cult. That it mean you no good. Follow me? Competition in business is cruddy at the fairground. So at your work is competition, or dealing with this cult in general. This cult, right? In general, is competition. That means that, say, business is cruddy. So some kind of way they need for you to stay because it's business. It's a business, right? Because they take money from people constantly, right? Some people, they take their whole paycheck, right? So we got 4,000. They could take as much as 4,000 from people, right, per month, depending on what's going on. Or they might collect it with all the people that they get. Or it could be just at night, right? Midnight stars, right? So we have right here that somebody need to exercise because youth don't last for so long. You or somebody in this you dealing with, be calm, right? In yourself to conquer this, God saying, right? Because you bruised inside from dealing with this cult that you was a part of. Okay, you wear a symbol or is a symbol connected to this cult. Follow me? Some kind of symbol or logo, whatever it is. Okay? You're gorgeous, but you was going to accept any money given to you, or they was going to ask you for whatever money that was needed to be a part of this cult. Okay? They was going to accept any money you give them, however it's flowing. Expect nothing less than the best, and you need to spell it out and speak on it and use your brains. Right? Because it says right here that you're dealing with somebody who's sadistic, and that's what this cult is about, being sadistic, right? Where everybody there needs soul support, including you right now, because you hooked to it. They was covering all their bases, but something was in plain sight for you to see, but you seem like you didn't want to see it, right? So it says, because something was seeping through for you to see. So, a warning is coming for your arrest or one of these people's arrest that's connected to this cult. Follow me? Because later on in the summer, You was going to be catering to this cult, or this cult, somebody at this cult, or one of you going to be catering to being arrested, being in jail. You needed to learn to pick your battles, because this wasn't a battle that you needed to go after. This is not something you needed to hook yourself on. That's what God's saying with this storyline. You said okay to something when you know that you really wasn't sure about it. You went on with it. So witness that know you did it, because it's the witness card. Put the person on the stand. They will tell the truth. They're full of integrity, full of faith. Maybe a church person. You wanted to checkmate with whoever these people is, this cult, or they wanted it with you for a peace treaty. So it says right here that life was like a movie for you and these people that's a part of this cult, because that's what it is. And it was showtime for you to act and do whatever they wanted you to do. So it says right here that you went in here first, like a sailor, and you didn't have a wise mind. You just went in because these people was full of demons, right? You confronted the demons, and they was demons. But also you needed to confront your own demons, because you had demons too. That's why they was able to latch on to you. It was a mystery to all that you was hooked to a cult, right? But it was a mystery to all that you had demons yourself, right? So we have right here, you was going to be competitive and able for you to gain. So when you hooked yourself onto this cult, you felt you was going to gain, right? But when the cult hooked themselves onto you, they felt they was going to gain too, because they need more and more members to be a part of, right, for their mission. No more innocence. God wants you to take charge. God don't want to hear anything from you about you didn't, you can, or nothing. God wants you to stand up strong and do what you got to do. Okay, here's God telling you, for the best option for you, whoever you are that's hooked to a cult, whoever you are, wear the shield of honor and the helmet of strong. So let's just follow. Okay. I'm going to do another one. If it be, let's go with the same one. Okay. Hook to a cult. You want to do something because of reinforce. Yeah, because if you didn't hook yourself on and let somebody brainwash you and tell you what to do, because of reinforce. So you are threatening some kind of way. They noisy. I meant to say that. Sorry, but I gotta. Let me turn this up in case. Okay. I want to say where phone call came and I ain't hear it. I don't want to. Okay. So far I'm in the clear. Okay. What time is it? I'm late to say that. It's 12:04 now. It's 12:03. Let's just flow. This could be go with the same one I just did, or this could be another one. Let's just flow. Which one is first? I'm mixed up. This might have came there. I'm not sure. Let's just flow. God says it's time for you to move on and get out of that cult, whoever you are. Chalk this up as a loss, because you saying that you innocent, right, about something. You're not guilty, you saying, right? So it says right here, the mother wasn't emotionally available, or this person's mother or somebody's mother wasn't. Follow me? What do mother love feel like? You didn't get the love deep down from your mother. You want somebody to be strictly yours. The cult wanted you to be strictly theirs. Follow me? Or you wanted the cult to be strictly yours. Take it however it goes. You wanted love from them or whatever you wanted. Usually that's why people be going to these places. Probably they want love. They seeking love. They got some kind of vulnerability or weakness or something going on with them. And the people from the cult just suck it in. They like a vampire. They just suck it in. They just suck the blood out of you, right? So it says right here, what you going to do about it. Somebody want to know what you're going to do about it. Somebody wants you to be strictly theirs. The cult, they want to know what you're going to do about it because they want you to stay. Okay, you was willing to do whatever because of being forced right here. You was given no other choice, so some kind of way you was made to do something. Fear and force. Whatever it was. And you did something. So it says right here that you live in a plantation way of living. Follow me. And life is falling apart for you now. Or the cult was. And they needed you. However it goes. Not having enough food, love, shelter, money. Food, love, shelter, money. There's something else I can't think right now. You want to go home because you stuck up in this place here, hooked to this place. If you needed help, you need to reach out to your family and different people. But you let these people control you and rule you and dominate you. Well, you ain't even use your common sense to reach out to your family member. You want to go home again now, though. You want out of this place. This is a desperate card, a sad card, because we have right here, I've been chasing you. So some kind of way, you maybe these people, you've been wanting to go home or whatever, and they've been chasing and keeping an eye on, making sure you don't make certain kind of moves to run away. Yeah, because whoever got something going on with them, unstable, mentally ill, drunk, whatever's going on with the person, maybe they've been coming after you, they might have been coming flirting, I don't know what they was doing. Whoever it is, somebody, you want out. Or you just holding on for dear life to this cult, right? Because that's what it is. You'll have to be strong for the best outcome to get out of this, right? Because you want to go home, whoever you are, you feel stuck, you feel trapped, you want out. Okay, so you want to seek justice for a racial act. So some kind of way you're dealing with a racial act for some reason, whatever that's about, right? So it says, you hooking notes as far as just as far as these people. Well, say so-called friends, but people in this cult. Follow me? So it says right here, you gotta work on your problems, but not here. Right? Not with that cult. Get what it's saying? So racial act. So is this a job you at? Because any place can be considered that, depending on what's going on, right? Or whatever this is, right? Because we got the racial act in there. So we have like, you wasn't going to allow the neglect of yourself, or you was allowing the neglect of yourself at first. It says right here that somebody wanted to be the Kingston supersize. So whoever might wanted to add you to supersize, because that's what a cult want to do. They want to make it as big as possible. When you lose a spouse to death, you are free. So you lost a spouse maybe, and you went and joined this place, figuring they would help you and all, right? But really, that's all they did was tear you down worse, right? You got to heal yourself by coming forward, God says, right? You lost a spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend to death, or just came to an end. You're going to end it. Or you're just going to end it with the cult, right? And the cult is going to be considered your boyfriend or girlfriend because it's something you done grabbed onto for love. Follow me? You got to be the God in you, right? It says right here, be the God in you and take the reins and run with it. Because you went to a place, wherever it's called at, wherever it's at, it don't have to be a hotel, but wherever it's located, whatever it is, with somebody that you liked, whoever it is, you loved or liked, whoever the person is, right? love interest, or whoever this is, right? You went there with the person, right? You weren't familiar with it, the place, but, you know, you stayed a little while, or you stayed all night. Might have been eating some kind of way. Let's say, try me if you dare. Maybe you decide and you want to leave. Follow me? Because the first card, God told you, chalk this thing up. It's time for you to move on. Here's this card here saying, try me if you dare. Maybe somebody saying, well, if you leave, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to say this, or whatever they might be threatening. Anything like that. Because you thought a woman was delicious and pretty. Follow me? So it says right here that you got stung because something shocked you or will shock you, because it says right here you was taking some kind of drugs, right? You was taking some kind of drugs on your own. You was giving some kind of drugs, or you was transporting some kind of drugs, as far as drugs, get what I'm saying? Or somebody, you got a disease, not a disease, let me change that, I mean an infection, I'm going to say the cards right. An infection like COVID or anything like that, or a sexual infection. Because you was marveling at the gate of what? This cult, thinking this was a good thing evidently for you, when really it was a disaster, right? All of them are. What you're just going to do it make you feel good and feel better, right? And it says right here, you're seeking everything in it and gaining much hope in it all, and that's what you did. Now you're gaining much hope in it all, because you're just going to do what make you feel better and what make you feel good. But now, maybe now you're seeing everything in it and you're gaining much hope in it all, and you're going to do what make you feel better. And you marveling at the gate of what, and loving it is this right here, what God says. Going home. It's somewhere here. You saw me. Yeah, God told you chalk it up and move on. You marveling at God say chalk this thing up and move on, and you're going to do what God told you. Because right here, you want to go home. You want out of there. You want out now. So this could be the same person or two different people. But this is about you being in some cult. And a lot of things is considered a cult if you know it or not, right? Just saying a cult word, right, it just seems like it's just a certain thing. But really, any kind of organization in these different groups or whatever they have it where you like controlled. Got a bunch of this and that to it and whatever's going on with these places, right? When you can't really use your own brain and think thoroughly for your own self, that's a problem. Getting in anything that controls your thinking is a problem. You got to be able to think with your own brain. Your own brain. Get what I'm saying? Not somebody telling you how to think. That means your brain is useless then. Get what I'm saying? Don't be controlled by anybody. So this could be the same person or separate people. Yeah, you in a cult. One of you, God telling you want to go home and God telling you go home. The first one, let me see the first one. Or is this the same? God telling you right here. But the best option for you is to wear the shield on and hold them strong, because God says it's time for you to take charge. You got to be competitive to gain. That means stand up to these people and let these people know you're going home, because it was a mystery to all that you had demons, but also it was a mystery to all that you was like hooked to demons. Because you went in here first like a sailor. You ain't even do no thinking, right? And it was showtime, and then it began. The devilish behavior. You wanted peace for checkmate, or you want it now. But it's some kind of witness here. You said yeah to something you shouldn't have went into. God saying, but we got a warrant for somebody's arrest. Either yours or somebody connected to you with this cult. Yeah, because somebody was covering all their bases, but something was in plain sight. And it was seeping through. So I don't know how you didn't see it. Because it says right here that you're dealing with somebody sadistic who needs soul support. And you want to spell it out, or you need to. Expect nothing less than the best, because maybe somebody wanted money from you, or you wanted money from whoever this is. Maybe you was gorgeous, or you is gorgeous, anything like that. You got a label, a logo, or anything like that. A sign or whatever. Yeah. So, anything like that. So, let's leave this alone for the cult, okay?